Hi, and welcome to another episode of Zonal's Byte-Sized Tech Tours. My name is Joel Wilson, and I'm Technical Sales Manager here at Zonal. Today, I've got the pleasure of being joined by James Hennessy, who's part of our product team. Hi, James.
Hello, everyone. I'm James Hennessy. As he's mentioned, I am the product owner of Kitchen IQ and Zonal.
Great, and thank you for joining us today. So today we're here to talk about operations and in particular service management, which I think has become more to the forefront over the last 12 to 18 months. Due to the current climate, particularly the cost of living crisis, we know that guests have less disposable income, so therefore their visit frequency has dropped. However, the spend of these visits has actually increased. So therefore, customers seem to be treating these visits as more of a special occasion. So a direct result of that is customers' expectations are higher. Customers are expecting a slicker operation. Customers are expecting better informed teams. And from an operational point of view, it means that operators have less opportunities to get things right. They've got less chances to ensure a great guest experience, and to ensure that their standards are always at a level that is aligned with guest expectation. So that's just highlighting how important that service delivery is. But we've got James with us today. I'm sure he's got some wonderful insight on this area. So James, as always, I've got 3 questions for you. So my first question is, what are the current trends in operations and service management?
Sure, thanks, Joel. So some trends that we're seeing at the moment include where orders are being placed, whether it's online orders, if it's directly from the front of house, or pay and order at the table. So this is constantly changing, and we're trying to keep up with these changes and these improvements. Another trend is sites are looking for increased front of house visibility. So the front of house need to be better informed of what's happening inside the kitchen at that time, what the activity levels are like, and they overall want to improve communication with front of house and improve efficiency on the site. Another trend that we're seeing is the need for more automation. So reducing overhead, allowing staff to focus on more critical duties. By automating some kind of repetitive tasks.
Yeah, some really interesting points there. I think particularly from an omni-channel point of view, orders aren't just coming from tills anymore. Like you said, they're coming from external sources, which with that brings its own set of complexities. And from an automation point of view, we know automation reduces manual overheads. We know it reduces margin for error as well. So so important points raised there. So my second question, how does Kitchen IQ help with these areas?
So Kitchen IQ has a lot of features to help with this. Kitchen IQ can clearly display the source of the order. So staff have an understanding if it's come from on site, if it's a digital order, and this helps them with preparation. It helps them understand if packaging is required. And they can also know if a delivery driver is expected on the site to handle this order. Another feature we have is average times. So average times calculates on average how long an order is going to take. And this timer is shared with the entire team. The team are better informed, and then guests can be updated on these timings and understand when the order is expected. And lastly, Kitchen IQ has some features to help with automation. So to reduce admin tasks, to free up admin's time, we have a feature called load balancing, which can be enabled for sites during peak hours. So within the Kitchen IQ screen, staff can easily access the menu and enable load balancing, which will route incoming orders automatically between stations. So this really helps with efficiency overall and increases guest satisfaction.
So some really interesting points there. I think particularly around the timings point of view. I think just by giving front of house teams visibility of that time, or of that average time on on dishes, allows them to be more proactive with that, rather than always relying on the kitchen to tell them when there's a problem, because they normally tell us when it's too late. So yeah, being proactive with that is definitely a good step forward. Excellent. So my final question for you is, so what is the overall benefit to the guest?
So after speaking with our customers, we're understanding that guests' experiences are improved overall. Guests are better informed, they're not left in the dark, and they have a better understanding of when their order is going to arrive. We're also understanding that wait times are being reduced. This is with the use of load balancing. Opening up that additional station will allow orders to be processed more efficiently and for guests to receive their order in an appropriate time. And we're also seeing more repeat visits on sites. So with this customer guest satisfaction, customers depend on these types of sites for good service and a good meal out.
Which is the whole point of doing this. I think customers are, as much as frequency of visits is dropping, we know customers are always going to be loyal. They're going to visit the venues, the sites that they trust the most. So I think, by improving that service delivery can always help. So brilliant, James. Thank you so much. Some really good insight there. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.
Great. Thank you, Joel. Cheers.
Cheers.